And that's what kind of like sets me apart. I'm like the only violinist really focusing on trap, and playing for Soldier Boy's party was pretty cool. But that's my dream too. Like I want orchestras to play my music. If I can get orchestras to do that, like I'll have my goal will be complete.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 8 of the No Script Podcast. Today's guest is a white musician who has taken a predominantly Asian hobby and mixed it with a traditionally African-American genre of music. He travels the world sharing the stage with artists like Soulja Boy, French Montana, and KC Veggies. Please welcome Clejan, aka the Trap Violinist. Whoop, whoop.
Hello.
Well, hello.
Thank you for having me, kid.
Yeah, thank you for coming. I appreciate you taking the time out of your day. You got the violin on your, that's not a violin, is it? On your chest? You got the violin on your thigh.
This is a violin, and I got the violin bow as well.
Oh, imagine you could play that.
I know, world's smallest violin right here.
I saw your video you posted yesterday. Your violin was broken, huh? So you were playing like the mini hand violin.
Snapped in half. It's tragic.
Oh, it snapped?
Yeah.
Oh.
The first time. I was plugging it in and it just broke. It's the cold weather. It makes the wood really fragile.
Really?
Yeah.
You like run around on stage, you jump around all day, and the thing that breaks it is you were plugging
Literally, I'm sitting on my broom just plugging it in. It just snapped. I've done a lot otherwise that should have broken it, but that's the one.
Do you have one violin you go to? Like that's your violin?
I have my main violin that I got in Romania when I was like 13. That's where my family's from. But yeah, then I have like 6 other ones.
So are you European? What are you?
Yeah, my dad was born in Israel. My mom is super American. So I have like a European side and then a very American side.
Super American meaning like Midwest?
Yeah, like Pennsylvania. Yeah, from like
White.
England before that. Yeah,
Nice,
Scotland, whatever.
So like we were talking before this. I just wanted before we get into all the violin stuff. You were asking me about like slits in your eyebrow.
Yeah, you know, I like the look of like a little slit in one of these eyebrows. I don't know which one, but I've been thinking about it. And then we got into slits in pubes.
Yeah, we did get into slits. I'm assuming you have pubes, right?
I have some pubes. I do.
Would you get a slit? Have you seen like the haircuts that have like the lines and stuff?
Yeah.
I used to be in love with those, like the 3
Really?
lines.
Yeah.
I think I got it one time in middle school. I used to do crazy stuff. In middle school, I loved Justin Bieber. So my hair was like flat and like off to the side, and I'd always have to like brush it out like Justin Bieber. And then end of middle school, I got like, I want to be like the cool kids. So I started getting like the fade
Yeah.
and then the lines
Yeah.
and then like the one line up here.
Yeah.
And then shit. And then I got into slits in the pubes. Would you do some crazy? I mean, you have cool ass hair.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I've never really played with my pubes too much as far as like style goes, but
Fair.
you know, I'm open to anything.
Okay, we can get into the. I just want to talk to you about like what you do, because what you do is pretty cool. Like I was gonna
Thank you.
ask, is there anyone else that takes a violin, jumps around stage, performs hip hop?
Thank you. There's definitely been some pioneers before me that have kind of led me here. But I definitely have a unique style that I would like to think is one of a kind and kind of like the first of its kind. But some big names before me. Marie Ben-Ari is like a female violinist who did stuff with like Kanye West like 20 years ago. She really kind of pioneered like hip hop violin. And Josh Vietti is another great hip hop violinist. And I say hip hop because like that's the genre that they focused on. And I'm really more doing trap music, which is like a subgenre of hip hop that was birthed in Atlanta, where I'm from. And that's what kind of like sets me apart. I'm like the only violinist really focusing on trap, and I incorporate my vocals too into my music. So that's another unique thing that not a lot of people are doing. But I really think what I'm doing is pretty unique, especially the jumping around stuff. Like I rock out at shows, and I haven't really seen too many violinists have as much energy and stage presence.
So you are from Atlanta, which is that how you like hip hop's huge in Atlanta? Is that something
ATL,
you
baby.
grew up around? And-
Yes. I started writing music when I was 10. I played violin since I was 2. I didn't start writing hip hop music until I was working at a Zaxby's. Do you know Zaxby's?
What's that?
It's a fast food chicken restaurant. It's prevalent in the South. Used to be really good. They changed their chicken supplier recently, and now it's garbage. But
Is that like? Do we have a comparison like Dave's Hot Chicken out here?
yeah, Cane's would be a good comparison. It used to be really fire, but yeah, I was a drive-through guy, and my manager was a rapper, so we used to just rap. Rapping was everywhere in Atlanta. Like everyone, that was like the thing to do. You're go with your friends, you're going somewhere, you're chilling, like, oh, let's freestyle. Like
Yeah.
that's it. We listened to rap music. We loved freestyling rapping. We liked writing raps, and people were finding studios to try and make as much music as possible. I was like rapping in high school, really trying
Okay,
to.
so you weren't in like that, because personally I was in like, my mom like put me in piano. She's like, you're gonna learn piano. Hopefully you use it one day kind of thing. But yours wasn't like you were this nerdy kid in high school that was just learning violin and then you got into hip hop or
Well, I would say I was pretty nerdy. My mom, I was forced to play like my whole life.
violin.
Yeah, so my dad's a violinist, my grandfather's a keyboardist, my great grandmother's a violinist. So I didn't really have a choice. It was like you have to do this every day before anything else, and only play classical music, and that
Oh,
caused
really?
me,
So that's what
yeah,
you grew up on.
caused me to really resent it. I really didn't like, but I loved hip hop. I found like a real passion for rapping and hip hop. So I was trying to rap in high school. I was like that high school white rapper,
Hmm.
pretty quintessential. And, I was doing some local shows and stuff, but it wasn't really happening. So I got a degree. I went to Georgia, got a marketing degree,
Wow.
moved out to LA with that, and then really put a plan together to kind of pursue the trap violin lane, and this time incorporate vocals and violin over trap music in a unique way. And I've been doing it ever since, and it's been awesome.
So you told me before this you've been doing it for 25 years just all together. How far in, and what was the process of getting into doing the trap violin stuff? Like, were you performing on the side of the street? Were you posting it on social media? Were you?
Yeah, so when I first moved out to LA, the music thing was still a dream. I was like, I had a business degree. I had no experience in the music industry whatsoever, other than my high school rapping days, which was
Yeah.
really not experience. But yeah, I started just posting on social media to covers of like my favorite hip hop and trap songs. I would just like write little violin remixes to them, and got some good feedback from just like my followers, like people from back home who they didn't even know I played the violin. Like I'd kept that really hidden my whole life because I was embarrassed, because I was kind of a nerdy kid up till like later in high school. And people started liking the covers, and I was like, okay, I saw other violinists doing things like Josh Vieti, like I mentioned, and Lindsey Sterling. I don't know if you know who she is, but
Mm-mm.
she's like EDM, dubstep, violin. She became like huge off of that. She went on AGT.
Wow.
Now she has 4 number one dance studio albums. She tours the world, selling out stadiums. And I was like, all right, like I'm, working my corporate job, doing marketing, putting out these covers on social media, and I saw what she had done with violin and how much of an impact globally she made. And I was like, all right, I think I can do this with trap music. There is no version of her in hip hop and trap right now, especially a guy, especially like someone who can do it on like that epic of a level. And I was like, I'm really gonna try that. So if so facto, like after a couple of years of posting on social media, and I envisioned this lane, I quit my job. I saved up enough money and saved enough courage, like figured out how to live as an adult out of college, quit my job and started pursuing music full time. And that basically looked like me getting in rooms with other producers, learning how to produce music, teaching myself as much as I could through YouTube University, and really just starting to put out original music. I put out my first song in 2019, my first EP in 2020. COVID hit. That gave me a lot of time to like really learn everything. And since then, I've just put out 4 albums, and make everything A to Z in my house, in my bedroom.
So are
And
these albums like you rapping, you playing the violin, you everything?
good question. So 3 of them are purely instrumental. They're called String Beats
Okay.
album, String Beats Volume 1 to 3, and that's just like hard ass trap music with violin as the lead. And then I have 1 solo album that's out everywhere called The Way That I Fiddle,
Hmm.
and that's me rapping and playing violin, and I have other rappers coming in. And so that's kind of more of the lane I'm heading in, but I'm always going to do like dope instrumental music too, because I love it.
So when you like perform these songs, let's say I hire you, you come perform here. Are you like pressing buttons and then running and playing the violin, or do you work with a DJ? Do you work with a bunch of people that are
So yeah,
behind the
if it's
scenes?
if it's like a solo show, yeah, I'll just be like press and play on like a beat, on like a beat that I've taken out the lead vocal and the lead violin, and I'm just like rocking over it. I normally rock solo, but I can play with any DJ.
Mhm.
I play by ear, so like I can play to any song off the bat. So like I'm really versatile
That's cool. I
with
was gonna
music.
do that later in the episode if you're down. I was
I'm
gonna just play
down.
some stuff and
Yeah,
be
let's
like
run it.
test you.
Anything. Anything, yeah.
Because that I asked that question because I was like, I saw him at VidCon and then he said, "What's up?" Blah blah, and I didn't see him for 30 minutes. Next thing you know, I just hear like people going crazy outside. I was like, "What the fuck is going on?" I go out there, you just have like a crowd of people like running around doing your violin stuff. I was like, "Damn!" Like,
Dude, that shit was so cool. That was organic as, can I cuss on this?
yeah,
That was
dude.
organic as fuck too. Like I wasn't even going to VidCon until like 2 days before, and then this group I was working with hit me up and like, we got a ticket for you. Let's go do some grassroots marketing. And I was like down. And then that VidCon really kind of like helped a lot with my credibility. Like there was like a noticeable change before VidCon and after VidCon as far as like people seeing me as like a violinist in the space of like social media and content creation and stuff.
Because I think that's the difference too. Like a lot of people that come to the event like this, it's all like you can't do anything to impress people while you're there. It's all like this is what I do when I'm home. I make these videos, I do this, but you're there and like you actually have this talent you can like show people physically. But like I think a lot of creators don't have that. Like I can't just pull some fucking video out my ass and just I don't you know what I mean? Like you're like, oh no, but I could do this with a fucking violin. Like, and that's why like I'm sure people came up to you and I'm sure you met some cool ass people that
I did.
You, like in a way.
I did, and we had a video go viral. Did you see the Markel video? Yeah.
No.
Shout out Markel Washington and the sorority girls.
Markel, is he the dance TikTok dance guy?
Yeah. I was just playing on, outside of VidCon and he pulled up and we had like that little crowd you're talking about. And he just came up and started dancing to Megan Thee Stallion with me playing the violin. And one of the sorority girls, I don't know if you know who they are, just girl group, joined in and also started dancing, and someone filmed it and he put it up. It got like 3 million views.
Wow.
Sick. Super organic, just like not planned at all.
And then you were telling me you have like specific places you're performing at currently. Like you have a residency at certain clubs, whatnot. How did you get those? How did you get in contact with those?
So they just found me on social media. Just growing my brand out here in LA. I do shows all over. I'll do pop-up shows, like anything really. I can fit myself into a lot of different positions. So they just saw me playing somewhere probably and wanted live instrumentation and hit me up. And then, I have a residency 2 Fridays a month. I'm at Canary in Santa Monica.
It's funny because one of my friends I was just with, I was like, he's like, who do you have on your podcast today? I was like, oh, he goes by the Trap Violinist. And then like right when I said that, there's no like, because that's why I asked you, is there any competition in this? Because he instantly knew who you were. And then I show him a picture. Yeah, that was him.
That's
like,
sick.
It just sounds like there's like, it's just you. Like, do you set the prices? You're like, yeah, usually violin guys charge 50 million.
It's pretty cool. Yeah, there's just this. I mean, there's other people trying to do it, but not really like I'm doing it. And Josh Vietti's the other big. He's like way bigger than me in hip hop violin. And shout out D Sharp. These are guys who've been around for years. But the space is small. It's definitely small. There's not too much competition, which is good and bad.
Do you know these guys personally?
I do know D Sharp personally. He lives out here. He's a homie, really nice guy, obviously crazy talented. I used to watch him when I was in like high school. Like he was doing his thing. So it was cool meeting him. Josh Vietti, I know through social media. We've talked a couple times. Seems cool.
Is what you do, like, do you ever get backlash? Like you're turning some classical instrument into some crazy hip hop thing?
I get backlash more for calling myself the Trap Violinist.
From people who are supporters of violin or people who are supporters of hip hop?
From people who they think it's cultural appropriation.
Yeah.
From people who are in that lane, I've gotten some backlash from people in PR. Like I have a friend who works at Netflix. She's in PR, and she told me like, because my brand is the Trap Violinist, like that's gonna be a reason I'm not gonna make it. I'm not gonna be working with other top brands. I'm not gonna be getting to where I want to be in my career because that's associated with my brand. Mostly because I am white, playing predominantly black music and profiting off of it, which I can understand completely. But I have my side to that too. It's something I'm truly, genuinely, innately passionate about.
Which has been like a big thing in like recent years, especially with TV and film. Just that line has gotten so thin of what you're allowed to say, what you're allowed to put out, what you're not. Yeah. I think especially with my videos too, like you look at my TikTok, it's a lot of child friendly, family friendly content. But like I started this to be myself and be like, put out what I want to put out, which at times can be edgy. And if you look at some of the stuff I have out on YouTube, I was told that like, hey, if you just be prepared to like have people say no to your face when it comes to these bigger executives at these bigger companies. And I was like, that's okay. Cause like, I know what I want to build and I know I could build it past that. Like I didn't start this to like conform to anybody else. And
not everyone's going to see your vision, and there's always going to be doubters. There's always going to be haters. We live in a very polarized world.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, as long as you believe in what you're doing and you're doing it for the right reasons, good reasons.
Yeah,
You
but
know?
you always need to be careful too. Like I can't put out what Dave Chappelle was putting out 20 years ago. Then that's like I'm done for.
I guess, dude. Shit, maybe we need that though.
We do need. I mean, I'm trying. And no, I guess like is hip hop like when you get into the music world that you're in? How different is it if you were like a rapper or something versus like being a violin player getting into this? Like, are record labels the same? Are you able to get signed to a record label? How does that all work?
Yeah, so I still rap. I still like definitely emphasize. I love it. Like that's what I grew up on. That's what I grew up passionate about. So eventually I do want to get signed as a rapper slash violinist, but the plan was always I knew that that's an uphill battle, like especially being a white rapper. Like that's why I put my focus on the violin because that I feel like is going to help me get into more doors than just being a rapper. So you can get signed as a violinist. Like labels have in-house instrumentalists. I had a meeting this morning with an amazing music group. Shout out Pulse, and they are a publishing group, a producer management group, and they also have in-house instrumentalists. So the plan is to get associated with a label, a group, and then put violin over. I really want to get violin in all of the biggest names in hip hop and trap and R&B and pop. And you can get signed to labels like that, being an in-house musician, and then I hope that just by doing that, it helps my artist project as well. That's the goal.
Have you been approached by a big label that you?
Sadly, no. I've never been approached by a big label. I've been connected with this group I met with this morning. Pulse is like probably the biggest group I've ever met with, and I met with them through a friend who like knew both of us. We're all from Atlanta. Everyone who was involved in this meeting. So that's the closest thing I've come, just through a connection. And the meeting went well. We'll see if I get signed with them. I'm gonna get in some sessions with them, send them some stuff, and go from there. But haven't been approached by a major label yet. I'm still a young artist. Like
Mhm.
I haven't even hit 4 years in music, and some people say you really just have to put in the time before people will even, no matter what you're doing,
Yeah.
like you have to, before people will give you interest and stuff. So you
I
know
think you should just go to middle schools and start like looking for these kids that are in like these music classes and like make your own group, call it like the Trappies or something,
the
and then get like
trappies,
the trap banjo player.
a bunch of middle schoolers.
It's the middle. It's just you and a bunch of little kids.
I like that
The
idea.
Trappies.
Unique
trap-
shit like that is what pops though.
The trap flutie. Kid that plays the flute.
Yeah, I love it. But that's my dream too. Like I want orchestras to play my music. I want kids playing trap violin in a way that I didn't have the option of when I was growing up. Like no one was playing my kind of music and like rapping and playing violin. Like if I can get orchestras to do that, like I'll have my goal will be complete.
Have you thought about being on like America's Got Talent? Because this is something very visually and
Yeah,
like
yeah. So
all types of
I
appealing.
I applied to AGT. I got in the first round in 2020.
Oh, you did.
I did.
And first round means
Just like it was like I had like a basically just like a time. I had an audition.
Mhm.
It was like for very first round
not in front of them, just
with in front of them.
oh, it was in front
Yeah,
of
it
them.
was like a special audition. It was like through a connection. I got to like go in the room with the producers and like one on one, like really show them what I was doing.
Really?
Yes, which was good and bad because good obviously because it's a cool opportunity. Bad because I had only put out like one song by then, and at this point I put out like 45. I've really found my sound at that point. I hadn't done anything with rap and violin. I was
Mhm.
really just violining over dope shit,
Yeah.
which they'd seen before. That's like it wasn't. I didn't make it past the first round.
Really?
I didn't make it past the first round in 2020. But I feel like if I went in there now with how my sound has evolved, I feel like it would be something of more interest to them because it is something that isn't you don't see.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Because like what I've seen, I was like, damn, I've never seen this. I don't know. So you've probably grown so much as an artist in the past few years.
Definitely.
I would try that. How does that work though? America's Got Talent, like, because I watched like the worst of the worst on America's Got Talent. Like someone will come up there and just like shit their pants, get 4X. How did they get up here in the first place? How does like
Sometimes they want people who shit their pants. Like, that's like part of it.
maybe that's the next step for you,
Right? Man, just going to the
trap
poop.
violinist poop his pants.
uh, no, but you can just sign up online. Like I've already signed up for next year's auditions. I have like a open casting call online in early January, and I've also submitted all my stuff, so maybe they'll reach out to me. But I'm gonna try again for the
Go
first time
worldwide.
since
Why don't you go to
2020.
like? Oh, you should go to Asia's Got Talent, bro. With the violin,
Dude,
they probably see a violin every person that comes on has a
bro,
violin.
when I was first starting, I had this Chinese collective that was trying to get me to move to Asia to do music, and that would have been a very different path for me.
Really?
Yeah. Have you ever been to Asia?
I've been to Thailand. I've been to. I
Dude,
haven't been to like the Asian countries because I'm Middle Eastern, so I've been to like that side of Asia.
China is fucked up.
Really?
Sorry to China, but yeah.
We should just clip that.
China,
China is fucked
China
up.
is a wild place. It's literally another world. I've been to like 36 countries, but China's the most jarring, the most culture shock I've ever experienced, and it would have been a hell of a time to live there. I lived there for a summer because I did a Chinese minor in school.
You dated a Chinese minor?
Nope.
What
I did.
I'm sorry.
I did a Chinese minor. I got a degree.
It's like, dude, that's one way to say it.
I did international business with a Chinese minor, and
That's also sounding really
yeah, that also
bad.
sounds weird. But so I lived in Beijing for a while, and that was a hell of a time.
Then she turned 18 and
And
you
then she
moved
turned 18,
back.
and then I moved back. I was like, no more.
Oh my god. Dude, I got us both canceled. Yeah.
Yeah,
So yeah, tell me about your travel stories.
yeah. I love traveling. Definitely made a priority since I was young to try to go as many places as possible. I'm actually off to Egypt on Sunday. I'm going to Jordan
Mhm.
for New Year's.
Do you have family at these places or just to go?
No, I'm just I want to see all the world wonders in my 20s.
Does Jordan have one?
That's Petra.
Oh, and then what's in Egypt is the
Egypt is the pyramids. That's like an ancient world wonder.
Uh-huh.
But I wanted to just go to Jordan. I wanted to do Egypt too, but my mom is coming with me, so she wanted to scuba dive in the Red Sea. So,
Wow, that's fun.
yeah, it's cool. I actually just started my scuba online certification.
Do you get it online? Is it strict over there?
I don't think so. I think it's strict anywhere. You can start online and then just have like one intro lesson wherever you scuba, and then you're good. You're certified.
If there was one place you could like tell someone you have to go out of the places.
Japan.
Really?
You gotta go to Japan.
Yeah, I was talking about this last episode. I've been to the airport in Japan and I fell in love with the place.
Dude, Japan is the shit. They have figured it out over there. It's just like utopia. Clean. There's no trash cans. Like you don't need trash cans because it's so clean. Everyone's so polite. Everyone's so respectful. You feel safe. There's no crime. It's beautiful. It's dope. You can get anywhere really fast, and they've incorporated anime into everything they do. As an anime head since a kid, it's just like it was a playground. They have sick parks where deers will come up to you and you can pet them and lay on them and shit. And like, Japan is the shit. The food's good.
Were you into like Pokemon growing up?
Hell yeah.
Dude, I've been trying to get like I want to put a bunch of Pokemon
You have
cards
to.
here.
You need them.
But dude, like the ones I want are stupid. You like it?
Yeah, these are cool. Fuck.
My favorite dude, Mr. Bean, bro. You ever watch
Nice.
Mr. Bean?
Oh, you got Mewtwo. You got a Pokemon.
I do. No, I want like the Pokemon cards with like PSA grades on them.
Yeah.
Dude, growing up, like when McDonald's was giving out Pokemon cards, I
shit
would.
was lit.
Oh my god, dude! Like the toys now are stupid. They're like nothing here, but
McDonald's Pokemon cards. Were
McDonald's
lit.
Pokemon cards. and
Yu-Gi-Oh. Were you ever into Yu-Gi-Oh?
I never got into Yu-Gi. I think I had one card that was pretty good, and then my cousin took it away from me. The blue eye,
Blue Eyes White Dragon.
something like it was the Black Dragon. What was the Black Dragon one? Red Eyes.
Red Eyes Black
Red
Dragon,
Eyes Black
yeah.
Dragon. Yeah, I
Joey
that
had
card.
that in the anime.
He got excited talking about it.
Love it.
Where were we? Oh, places to travel. Dude, Thailand was my favorite.
I've
I
never
went
been.
there.
Heard good
Dude,
things.
Well, Bangkok was one thing because that was the capital, so it was very like city-like. And then we went to this island called Krabi, by the beach. We got this private villa.
Mm.
Dude, this shit's like 150 a night. We got like an 8-9 bedroom villa with a pool in the middle. Every morning they'll drop you off a bag of fruits.
Sick.
Dude, it's crazy. You go by it's right. You leave the villa, you're literally on the beach.
Yeah.
And then, dude,
Thailand's a
the
spot.
Thai tea over there. I love Thai tea, and that shit was.
Hell yeah.
I think, but Japan's really where I want to go. I love Japanese food. I love sushi. I want to
Spot.
go to the restaurants where they like, you pay like $400 and you get like 3 pieces of sushi.
Yeah,
They like
the
drop it
fish
in front of you.
melts in your mouth.
Does it?
Yeah, it's fucking crazy. Love Japan. New Zealand was awesome. Very pretty. Best burger of my life.
Really? New
Oh
Zealand?
yeah. Queenstown Berg Burger.
Wow.
It's amazing. Europe, Canada.
What's the most, which continent have you gone to the most?
Probably, I mean, as far as like different places in them, like Europe. I did like a 2 month trip in Europe. I went to like 8 countries.
Were any of these for performances or this was strictly vacation?
This was strictly vacation. I went to Croatia for a performance. That shit was fire.
Croatia. You see them in the World Cup? Are you watching the World Cup?
A little bit. I kind of after US. I mean, I'll watch the finals, but
Well, so you performed in Croatia?
yeah,
What was that like?
sick. It was like one of the best like day and night clubs there, and their production level was insane. I had insane lights and fog machines going crazy, and I worked with like one of the biggest DJs out there. And I was going with the Yacht Week. Do you know the Yacht Week?
The yacht.
It's a bougie ass, kind of like floating festival. You rent like a yacht with 10 of your friends, and they give you a captain, and then you sail a route with like 40 other boats.
Really?
Of people all over the world.
Were you performing on one of these?
So one of the stops in Croatia, I performed at the.
Did
at
you
a
go
venue.
there for this performance strictly? Did they fly you out and everything?
No, I went. I went with Yacht Week. I went for Yacht Week, and then like when they found out I played violin, I've been hitting them up for it before. I was like, "Yo, like I'm bringing my violin, let me play," and they were kind of like, "Yeah." And then I got out there and I just pulled it out at one of their events, and they're like, "Oh, this is sick!" Like, yeah, I play a show.
Wow. Was that one of the craziest shows you've done? I was gonna ask you, what's like the craziest experience?
show. Yeah, that's definitely up there. Playing for Soldier Boy's party was pretty cool.
Yeah, tell me that. Like, I want to hear about Soldier Boy French Montana. I know you did. I just don't know the story.
Yeah, this is just a classic. Like, I wish it was kind of more exciting, but it's just very classic, like LA story where like I had a friend, someone I work with, who is an agent, and she, has great connections, and she invited me to the party, told me to bring my violin. Didn't really have a plan going in, but it was like Soldier Boy's birthday party. And we get there, it's dope house.
Was he
lot of
performing too,
people.
or you were just performing for him?
He performed. He performed after me, with French and their crew, which was sick. But yeah, it was like they just had a stage, and I just walked up with my violin with my friend agent, and she was just like, "Yo, like this is my guy. Like, can he play?" And they were like, "Maybe. Like, we don't know if it's gonna work." And then she like showed him some videos, and they're like, "All right, we can put him in. Just get on there right now." And it was like, "Oh, okay." Got on there, and then I just rocked out for a couple songs, and it was a vibe. It was cool, dope. Met a lot of really good like producers and other artists there. And then yeah, Soldier came on with French shortly after.
Does Soldier have more than one song?
Hell yeah, hell yeah! What, dude? Soldier Boy?
Yeah.
Yes, dude. Yeah, I mean, come on. He's got a lot. He's got a lot. Can I name them all off the top of my head right now? Probably not. She made clap, clap, clap. That one. That's a recent one. That's fire. Obviously, Crank That.
See, that's all I knew.
Kiss Me Through the Phone.
I do know that one.
He's
Can
got
we
a
hear
lot.
you play?
Hell yeah.
I want to do that. Can we
Let's get it.
transition to?
Look
Oh,
what I
I
have
want,
right
I want
here.
you to play, and then I want to play stuff, and I want you to play that. Can you do that?
Let's do it all the above.
Oh.
Dude, so yeah, this is my backup violin. His name is Klaus. I name all my instruments and my
Yeah, you
bows.
couldn't even bring the main one for me, bro.
It's broken, bro. It's snapped
it's
in
still
half.
broken.
Oh yeah, it is in the shop. It will be in the
Is
shop
that fixable
until the
or
new
is it done
year.
for?
It's fixable. It's fixable, but that's going to be in the shop until 2023.
Can we get a? How do we see this?
Oh shit! I gotta pull this out. There's the bow.
You guys don't know what's going on here. He has a
Violin.
AK-47 right there next to him.
A little pouch of goodies. So this is Klaus. He's my beater violin. He's like, this is what I'll take with like rappers and stuff when I'm like smacking my violin for the
Rappers,
snare.
your Kia shitty podcast.
Nah. Luthier is my main. I would have brought him if he was.
Lucia, how do you name it?
Chill.
What do you just random comes to you?
Yeah, I mean, this is like I think this is a German violin, so Klaus was the name for him, and then
Santa Claus.
Santa Claus.
It's gonna be too loud. Should I move this back? Armand has the headphones on. He's just falling asleep. And
Is there something here? This will work. Okay. There we go. That'll hit it. All right, what do you want to play? Anything?
yeah, do like a trendy song that's going.
Trendy song. Trendy song. Right. You want to play something with it?
You want me to? I don't know how does this work. You want to play a song?
Yeah. Do we have a speaker that can bump?
I have a phone.
That'll do.
What do you like? What? Give me a song. What's like a song people are like, yeah. What did you play at VidCon?
Random shit. You play like Dior, Pop Smoke. That's one of my favorites to play.
Dior. Oh, that's sick. Oh,
Hey, yeah.
damn. All right, can I play it? I know there's one song that has a. You also narrate people's lives. I've seen those videos. That's fun.
Oh yeah, with the
Alex did
violin.
those.
Yeah, that's something I.
Can you narrate what I'm doing around here?
Hell yeah, let's try it.
All right. It's soda, by the way. I don't drink beer.
Could you do Time by Hans Zimmer?
Yeah.
Have you heard that before?
Yeah.
So beautiful, bro.
It's a great song.
All right, let's hear it. What? Time by Hans Zimmer.
Yeah.
I need to like hear it.
Okay.
I can't-
That shit's emotional as fuck.
It is.
Yeah.
Do you have is there not a speaker
You can.
like a
No,
mobile
you can't play it
speaker?
up there.
It's hard to hear on the phone, but we can,
All right, hold on. What if I have it at your ear? What is it called?
Time by Hans Zimmer. That's a really slow build.
Yeah, you're
song.
right.
Like, dude, it's
All right. What about
maybe Experience by Louis
this song? Is
Beach.
can you play this one? I love this song. The beginning of this song is beautiful. Holy shit! Dog, did you hear that? You've ever heard this song?
I like that though. Fire.
Dog. How did? There's 3 strings on there.
There's 4.
Okay, sorry. Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's
Thanks.
What are we looking at on time?
5 minutes.
All right, we can. Dude, I don't know. That was. I don't know what I can say after that shit.
You know the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man theme?
He's like, you gotta play it, bro.
You gotta play that.
Okay.
That's funny. Do they have violins in that?
While he's looking that up, give me some like advice you have for someone who's like trying to get into this.
My advice for anyone trying to do anything in music, really, or even just creatively, is to think outside the box as much as possible. Possible.
As-
As much as possible. Really, like, you hear that, but like, what does that mean? It means like really take something that is dope and cool that you're passionate about and you love and you want to like create around, and then find a way to twist it obviously to like your own style. And in doing that, like really think outside the box. Like, don't let the limitations that you think are in front of you or that society says are in front of you or that you know that seem in front of you, like don't let any limitations hold you back from really thinking outside the box. Like literally the world is your oyster creatively. Like really, like that's why I'm going to be successful. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing, is because like I found a way to do something unique and like think outside the box. Like no one's ever rapped and played violin before. Like that's a new concept, but at the same time, it's not like rapping and violin. Like people know that exists. Like why hasn't anybody done like the rapping violin thing? Like
'Cause people are so closed off, especially when it comes to music. They're like, I only like this genre. I only like this genre. It's never mixed. Like that's why like things that are going super big now are when people take the step over like rapping and country music now. Like
yeah,
that's becoming huge. Like when people take that step of things that like you've never seen before,
yeah, just really,
it really like
just think outside the box. Do something different. Do something unique. Even and it might suck at first, and that's totally fine
yeah.
because you figure it out. But like that's just been the difference maker for me, is really just like thinking outside the box. Find someone who you respect and who like is doing what you want to do, and then like find a way to twist it. Like I saw Lindsey Sterling, I saw Josh Vietti, I saw them doing these great things, and I just saw a way it hadn't been done before. And that's out there. Like that's the thing about music and also just creativity in general, art in general. Like art is so fluid and music is so fluid. Like you can really do so much. Like the limits are endless. The limitations are not there. Like you can really look past them and do so much. So just think outside the box.
Did you find something you wanted him to play? Is that what you were doing?
Oh yeah, yeah. That shit goes hard, bro.
Can we hear that on
Yeah.
here? That's it right there.
Fucking
The Universal Technical Institute of Music advertisement. Play it.
Turn that up over there.
Dude, that's crazy. It was like on point. It's like I can shoot webs, bro.
I feel like Spider-Man.
Dude, imagine I just start shooting shit out. You're like, dude, did you shoot webs? I'm like, no, dude, I just came.
One or the other.
Dude, that was hard.
Thanks.
When did you realize you could do that?
Yeah, so not till I was like 24. Because I also took a break from the violin. Like when I went to school, like the second I had free will and wasn't forced to play, I quit. So I quit when I was like 17, and then I didn't pick it up again until I was like 22. So I literally forgot about the violin for like 5 years. Went to college, partied my ass off, and then picked it up again when I moved out here. Because like in the back of my head, I was like, I want to get back into music. Maybe this is a way. And then, yeah, I just started writing these remixes and really just realized that, like I have the ear. I have the ear. I can really play to anything. And that's just what I've been doing. That's taken me really far. Just that ability to play to anything on the spot. Like I'm on TikTok lives every day, almost just playing music, playing my originals, taking requests. And that's been a big, big plus for me.
Let's say you get a show. I like to ask this a lot. $10 million in your pocket. What are you doing? First thing.
Shit. It's 10 milli.
10 milli, baby.
I'm probably gonna buy a crib. Probably gonna buy a crib.
Would you do anything crazy? Like you saw the house where the guy just doodled on everything. You see
Yeah,
that?
I would do something crazy. I want to make my house super unique and cool and fun, like the Mr. Deeds house.
That's his name, right? Who's Mr.
Dad also-
Mr. Deeds is Adam Sandler's movie.
Oh, that's Wait, doesn't that guy have a pretty similar name? You know what I'm talking about? Like everything in his house is doodled, like that kind of doodling over there.
I don't know, but that's fire. Yeah, I want
His car, his
bunch
bed.
of cool. I would make my crib like dope as fuck. Cool art, a water fountain that dispenses Hawaiian punch, like shit like that. I was a Mr. Deeds.
That's it.
Ranch fountain. I'm a big ranch guy.
Really, I love ranch
Obsessed.
with anything.
Anything and everything, my friend.
Like watermelon.
You know, I would do it. But and then I'd probably get a Stradivarius violin. I'd get a nice ass violin. Fucking.
That's like your baby, huh?
Yeah.
Like if some like, God forbid, you get in like a crazy accident.
It snapped in half, bro. That happened last week. It hurt.
Is that like the first thing you're going for though? Like if your house catches on fire, are you just running to your violin?
It's probably definitely be one of the first things I got. Violin and
Your mom's there with a broken leg. Me? What about me? Just like have 7 violins. Like,
I'll come
Klaus,
back. I'll come back for you, I promise.
I need Klaus Trojan and blah blah blah.
Trojan's a good name.
Trojan, that's a good name. All right. Anything else you want to add? You want to shout some stuff out?
Yeah, go check out the music. I'm out on all platforms. My artist's name is Clejan. That's my last name. It's Clejan. And find me on social media at the Trap Violinist. Connect with me. I love meeting y'all, especially if you check out the music. Love meeting you guys. So let me know.
Maybe if you guys get him enough followers, he will make an OnlyFans with his violin, Clejan After Dark, where his violin has a pair of panties on. And
I've thought about it.
A little bit.
Also, if anyone wants to collab out there, I'm always trying to do collabs, and we can figure it out. You know, any type of content. Violin, you need it. It's there.
Let me do the outro, and then you're gonna narrate me walking off.
Hell yeah.
All right. Thank you so much for watching episode 8 of the No Script Podcast. Big shout out to Clejan. Go check him out on all platforms. I'll have it linked in the description. If you guys enjoyed this episode, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe every week for a new episode of No Script. And I will see you guys next week. Clejan, thank you.
Let's get it.
I'm out as I walk out.
Good shit.
Bro.
Of course. Hell yeah.
Your narration's sick.
Got you.